Well, once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another beautiful day here in Northern Ontario. Not quite as hot so far, and we've really had a beautiful summer thus far. It's been unreal. Okay, good morning, Janelle, and how are you this morning? Okay, so tell everyone I'm going to sing in a minute. I'm going to sing you a song, okay? And good to have you on, Jeanette. How are you, Diane, Andrea? And you guys are great. I am going to put my down my umbrella just a little bit more to cut that sun out a little of my eyes. Okay, should be good there, right about there. Should be good. Okay, can you hear me? See me? Good morning, Keith. Good morning, Jerry, and good morning to you folks. Troy, how are you? Steph, how are you? Steph, good morning to you. And from Whitehorse, Clydie, good to have you on this morning from Whitehorse. Yeah, you guys are great. Okay, so don't mind my finger here, just scrolling. Amira, where are you from, Amira? Tell us. Susan from Florida. Good morning, Susan. And we are getting Florida-like weather. It has been beautiful. And here, at least in Northern Ontario, and I think all of Ontario, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I don't know about the rest of the country, but we've been getting, I'm telling you, with very little exception. Jeannie, I think, and Evelyn and Rebecca. How are you? Yellow. Our faithful friends. Good to have you on with us. And Troy, love you from our great province of Newfoundland. And Kim from Ohio, good morning to you. And Rita and Palarco, it's good to have you on. Anne Marie from Michigan. I am going to sing for you in a second, okay? I mean it. So I don't want you to turn this off. You might be turned off once I sing, but I'm going to sing a song to you, and you will get our topic of the day. Nellie, Jane, Lucy, how are you? Good to have you on with us this morning. And Lisa from Montreal. Bonjour, Lisa from Montreal. Good morning to you. Holly and Buta from Pakistan. I love that. You guys are great. Appreciate you coming on. Diane, Carol Ann, how are you? And Karen and Ruby and Sherry and Natalie and Marion from Oakville and Lise and Faye. You guys are great. I know Lahore, Pakistan, Bhutan. So we got some folks from all around the world, okay? We have good friends in Ireland too. Just communicated with her, Amanda from Ireland, who was communicating with me, asking me a question this morning. I am so thrilled to be able to help out. So if you have questions, guys, that's what our staff is here for. Okay. Now you ready? Are you ready for me to sing? Okay. Now, you got to be my age to know this song, okay? So I'm 68 years old, and when I was a kid, here's a song that we sang from the McGuire sisters, okay? And I kind of tease my grandchildren, but because I have my own version of it, okay? But let me just sing to you one of the stanzas of this song that we sang as little kids in the we used to love singing in our family. My mother had a beautiful voice, and she would often be singing. And I guess I have a niece that is a professional opera singer. And so we got it to some extent in our genetics, but I didn't get it. Okay, you'll see that in a minute. Don't quit your day job as far as singing. But here's a song that they sang, okay? Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at supper time. Be my little honey and love me all the time. Now, Here's one I made up for my grandchildren, because my grandchildren are kind of funny because they're smart, right? And they know that Grandpa can't cook, and so every once in a while, Rosie, takes off with one of the girls, or even with the grandchildren. They take a little trip or whatever, and they're all worried about Grandpa because he can't cook. And I said, don't worry about me, because I'm going to have breakfast in the morning, breakfast in the evening, breakfast at supper time. See, you give me peanut butter, and I'm a happy puppy. Okay, so I sing that to the kids. I said, don't worry about it. But sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at dinner time. And the problem is, okay, so if you saw the headline this morning, we're talking about having dessert sugar in the morning. And it is the choice of most people. Every day they start their day with dessert. And that's what I want to talk to you about this morning. Okay? And actually, yesterday I mentioned to you just very quickly, and actually I will go over this again because it was quite a story came out of it, and I want to give you a little bit of background on it. But the dietary guidelines, they're going through that in the United States right now. They're making recommendations, a little bit of a tweak to the dietary guidelines. And I was sort of mentioning to you yesterday that they're really heavily influenced by vegans and vegetarians. And they want to get rid of almost all animal product. They tell you it's not good for you. But here's the point I want to make. One of the things that they emphasize is grains, okay? Lots of grains and a lot of fruit. Now, you would think that that's fine, but the problem is, we live in a different world today. In the 1950s, when I was a little boy, Canadians were consuming about 25 pounds of sugar a year, North Americans, 25 pounds of sugar a year. That seems like a lot, but not compared even to the 1970s, by the time they changed our breakfast and said that bacon and eggs weren't good for you, and now have cereal brought to you by Frosted Flakes, Tony the Tiger. They used to tease me about, because, they called me Tony the Tiger when I was a kid at school, okay? And Frosted Flakes are great. No, they're not. They're great if you want cancer. They're great if you want heart disease. They're great if you want Alzheimer's. They're great if you want diabetes. They're not great. They're far from great. And, okay, so when I was a little boy, we were consuming 25 pounds. In the 1970s, my 4 kids were all born in the 70s. And they were Canadians and North Americans by then were up to 50 pounds a year because of that switch, especially in the breakfast. So I always tell my grandchildren, listen, Grandpa had cookies and ice cream too, But the world changed especially in the 70s. And then since then, we're up to almost 200 pounds of sugar a year, because we don't realize how rapidly we as a society got hooked on sugar. It was added to everything you can think of, just about. So all I'm saying to you is this is very important, because most people don't realize that they are consuming dessert for breakfast. Oh, Dr. Martin, I have oatmeal in the morning. Well, that's dessert. That's dessert. You know why? The amount of insulin you need for oatmeal, okay? The amount of insulin you need, you might as well have a chocolate bar. What's the difference? Your body doesn't know the difference between the two. And now, oh, Dr. Martin, I don't even add, I have a little bit of brown sugar on it. Doesn't matter. The oatmeal is going to be sugar in 5 seconds. Read the label on the carbohydrates. Oh, Dr. Martin, I'm having whole grain 12 grain. I don't care if you have 78 grain bread. You know, isn't that better for me? Well, it's probably better than a chocolate bar, but not much. It's going to be sugar in 5 seconds. So that's why you're having dessert. Just admit it, especially if you put any jam on it. Oh, Dr. Martin, I can't even eat eggs without toast. I've had a lot of patients tell me that. And I've told you the story of one of my patients. He was a funny guy. I loved him so much because he was hilarious. He said to me, Doc, how can I have my eggs? I need something to dip. I need bread to dip into my eggs in the morning. I said, well, pretend. I said, you're on the Titanic. You're a diabetic. Get off. Eat eggs and bacon and eggs and no toast. So he called me about a week later to give me an update. And I was just, again, dying because the guy he said, Doc, I eat my eggs in the morning, but I pretend I have toast. He says, I dipped them. I do this even though I have nothing in my hand. He said, I just got to pretend I'm dipping. I said, you know what? It's the toast. Guys, it's the toast. So when you have a breakfast sandwich, you know how many millions of people start their day with a breakfast sandwich? Oh, Doc, it's got sausage and eggs. I know, but it's got the bun. Toss the bun out because that's dessert. The bun is going to be sugar in 5 seconds. So I don't care what kind of bagel it is. I don't care what kind of muffin it is. Muffin is cake. It's just glorified cake. So you shouldn't have cake in the morning. If you go to Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts, oh, but Dr. Martin, I'm having Raisin Bran muffin. I'm having a carrot muffin. Well, holy moly, there's 8 teaspoons of sugar in that. 8 teaspoons. Never mind the amount of carbs, just 8 teaspoons of sugar. Never buy a muffin in a grocery store. If you're going to do something, make it yourself. Make it yourself. And don't add sugar. You know, it's amazing what happens when you lose your sweet tooth. You got to change your habits. And I know I'm preaching to the choir this morning, but you don't realize, especially you grandparents or whatever, you feeding your grandchildren, you don't realize the amount of sugar they're eating. And I know grandchildren, we're meant to spoil our grandchildren. But it's amazing to me what people eat, especially in the morning. And I don't care what kind of cereal it is. From Cheerios to Shreddies to shredded wheat. It don't matter. It don't matter. I mean, some are worse than others, but they're all bad. They're all bad. Oh, Dr. Martin, how am I going to go to the bathroom if I don't have my all-bran? I need the fiber to go to the bathroom. Well, change your diet, and you will go to the bathroom when you need to. You'll fix your gut. Okay? So breakfast, dessert in the morning is not good, okay? Is not good. Another one. And again, here's a statement that I want to make. Why have avocado when you can have bacon? I know. I just want to tell you how different men are from women, okay? In case you didn't realize that we come from a different planet. I have never in my life And I'm sure there is a few exceptions. But I've never met a man, okay, that likes avocado. No, women like avocado. But men don't, generally. So ladies, don't try and feed your men avocados. Even though, guys, look, it is very low-carb fruit, okay? I understand that. I'm just teasing in a lot of ways, okay? But why would you have an avocado when you can have bacon? Do you know that avocado has oleic acid? It has 6 fatty acids. But bacon has the same thing. 6 beautiful fatty acids. And oleic acid. That's a fatty acid. So does olive oil, by the way. So why have olive oil? Well, you won't have that for breakfast. But a lot of people think, well, you know what? Olive oil is so good for me. Avocado oil. By the way, don't touch avocado oil. Have the avocado, ladies, if you insist. But don't consume the oil. The oil is not good. It doesn't have a high smoke point. You're much better off with lard, bacon fat, cooking that. Butter. Go back to the best oil in the world. Butter. And you can use some olive oil. I'm not against it. I just want to tell you that we sort of have these preconceived ideas that what is the best of food. But remember, it was drummed into us. You know, cereal and fiber and yogurt. Ladies, the #1 choice of North American women is yogurt. I'm just going to make another general statement, okay? And don't tell me if your husband likes yogurt. He's weird. Tell him I said so. Men don't like yogurt. Generally. Isn't that true? Men don't like avocado, and men don't like yogurt. If your man does, tell him Dr. Martin said you're weird. Give them the message for me. But women love yogurt. Women love avocado more than they love bacon. And I don't understand that. Is it the manhood in me? So, guys, change your breakfast. Change your breakfast. Start your day. Look, if you want to do intermittent fasting, wonderful. So a lot of people don't even have breakfast in the morning. They find out once they stabilize their blood sugars, they don't even need breakfast. But I have bacon and eggs and sausage probably 3 or 4 mornings a week. Okay, and some other days I'll do intermittent fasting. Some days I'll just have my peanut butter, natural peanut butter. I love natural peanut butter. Don't get the Kraft sugary stuff or whatever, okay? Like you might read the label that says only got 1 gram of sugar in a teaspoon or whatever. Don't get fooled by that. There's a lot of sugar. When Kraft and others add sugar, they add sugar, icing sugar, and high fructose corn syrup. Not good for you. Don't lay off. I like peanut butter, by the way, okay? It's vitamin P on my list. People said, well, why is it good for you? I didn't say it was good for you. I just said I like it. It's a peanut oil. It's not the greatest, but I like it, okay? I like taking my vitamins with peanut butter. So you give me a coffee in the morning, I'm a happy puppy, okay? Just understand that. I take my vitamin C. And some mornings like I said, about 4 mornings a week, I'll have bacon and eggs and sausages. Breakfast in the morning, breakfast in the evening, breakfast at supper time. That's when my wife is away. I can make myself, well, I'm not even good at eggs. Okay, I'm terrible. I've been spoiled all my life, okay? So, listen, you can have 50 eggs a week. You can have 50 eggs a week and 50 slices of bacon a week and 50 sausages a week. I don't care. You don't need insulin for that. Very little. So if you understand that the biggest problem in our society in terms of food is insulin-driving foods, it's crappy carbohydrates, and every cereal on the market, oh, Dr. Martin, it's granola. I don't care. It's garbage. You're going to need, and ladies like granola too. I'm going to write a chapter on this in my book, I think. What women like and men don't. I know. I'm teasing this morning, okay? Please don't get mad at me. One lady, I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, said, you're demeaning women. No, I'm just teasing you. I love women, okay? I'm a woman's doctor. You guys know that. But I got to tease you a little bit because of the choices that women make. I'm trying to change that in you. You need protein, and healthy fat, and healthy saturated fat. The more it's dripping, the better it is for your body. Never forget that. The more it's dripping. Why do you think butter is so wonderful for you? With vitamin K2. K2 cleans out your arteries. Isn't that amazing? You think, oh, saturated fat, doc, it clogs your arteries. No, it doesn't. It lubricates your arteries. Think of oil change. I've got a motorcycle. I better make sure my oil is right. I've got a car. You can run out of gas. True or false? Have you ever run out of gas? How stupid. I've done it. Because my wife says you're so dense that you don't look at the gauge. Well, I do. But I like to push the envelope a little bit and just see how far I can go on an empty tank. And I think once in my life I got caught. Not enough gas. But it didn't ruin the engine. But don't ever run out of oil, folks. Don't run out of oil. You see, you should start your day with oil. Bacon, oleic acid, eggs, that good saturated fat in the yolk, sausage grease. It's so good for you. I don't know, very few people do this, but it's on the menus a lot of times. Steak and eggs. I just can't think of anything that would be better for you. Steak and eggs. What a way to start your day. You see, most people, they start their day with a sugary dessert. From muffins to bagels to yogurt to fruit. Oh, I have melons and that in the morning. Well, that's not the time to eat your melons. It's not. Don't have dessert. Fruit is God's candies. Don't have candy in the morning. I'm not saying never have fruit, but don't have it. You can have a few berries, okay? I'm going to remind you of Dr. Martin's perfect smoothie in a minute, because that's a wonderful way to start your day. I'll give you the recipe. Okay, it's a wonderful way to start your day. And start your kids and your grandchildren drinking, but don't give them a fruit smoothie. The last thing in the world you want to give them is that. You're just giving them dessert. If you want to give them a treat, go ahead. But not in the morning. Not in the morning. I shocked my grandchildren with Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie. And as a matter of fact, they often ask me for it because it tastes so good. Well, wait a minute till I give you that recipe. Okay? So isn't it important that, people say, well, isn't that the most important meal in the day? Well, I don't know if it's the most important, okay, in terms of, but it's the most important. It's the most important if you screw it up. It will play with your blood sugar all day. Because remember, you have something sweet. Cereal, yogurt, okay? A bagel, or a muffin, or a breakfast sandwich, and you eat the bread, or you eat the muffin, or you eat the biscuit. I love biscuits. Do you love biscuits? I love biscuits. That's typical for a man, though. Loves that biscuit and bread. But you know what? I know better. It ain't good for me. It's just a biscuit, doctor. Yeah, but you know what? It's going to be 100% sugar. So when you order it, throw out the biscuit and eat the eggs and the meat and the cheese. That's the breakfast sandwich, okay? So have the perfect breakfast sandwich, but you got to throw out the biscuit or the English muffin. Oh, Doc. It's an English muffin. Yeah, it's garbage. It makes your pancreas work triple overtime. And what goes up in your blood sugar will come down in your blood sugar. And that is why when you have a fluctuation of blood sugar, remember, as long as insulin is present in your bloodstream, it is the jail guard that will not allow fat to escape. Insulin is a jail guard that will not allow fat to escape. It can't escape. So you see how people start their day in the wrong fashion? Now, I'm talking to the choir here this morning, but I want you to understand why I say what I say. I'm trying, my number one goal in food is for you to get your insulin down. Insulin is a death hormone. Insulin is the problem today. Insulin is at the root of inflammation. And insulin leading to inflammation is what leads to cancer, cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, diabetes, autoimmune. And so you'll always hear me. I don't care who I talk to. I don't care who I talk to. You know what I tell them? Change your diet. Oh, Doc, I don't eat that much sugar. Well, you're still eating too many carbs, and that's going to be sugar. Don't fool yourself with those carbs. Don't fool yourself. If you're metabolically challenged and you belong to the 88% of the population, please, the first thing is don't fool yourself. Admit it. My name is Tony, and I'm a carbaholic. And I married an Italian. Ooh, bad combination. A carbaholic and an Italian. Boy. Okay? Listen, guys, I got to be careful. So when I preach to you, you see the one finger going out to you? I got 4 pointed back at me. Okay? I got 4 pointed back at me. So just remember that. I have to discipline myself every day, every day, every day. Okay? And I tell you folks, you can do it. You can do it. And this is why I love that reset so much. It resets everything in the body, everything. and it regenerates the pancreas, and it regenerates the liver, and it regenerates your gut, and it regenerates your brain, and it regenerates your blood vessels. It regenerates everything. It lowers all your inflammation markers in a hurry. One, you're lowering your insulin, which does all that. And two, you're eating such nutrient-dense foods. So when you start your day with bacon and eggs and sausages or whatever, bacon, eggs, sausages, you got all the nutrients. Your mitochondria, you know what mitochondria are? They are your little battery packs within your cells. And they're screaming for to give off a high ATP, which is your fuel. And most people feed your batteries with garbage fuel. Garbage. If you have a piece of bread, garbage. If you have yogurt, garbage. If you have a bagel, garbage. If you have a muffin, garbage. If you have cereal, garbage. And your cells scream, oh no, you gave me the wrong fuel. And guess what? Not only will it drive up your inflammation, but your ATP, which is your fuel. You know, I've told you an illustration. Don't start your day with paper and twigs. Pretend you're a wood stove. You better put logs on the fire. And what will burn for a long time and lower all your levels of inflammation and give you a good, solid, high-octane burn, you need to start your day in the right way. In the right way. Now, let me give you, if you got a pen and a paper, let me give you Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie. Okay? Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie. There's a few things optional in here, but let me emphasize the importance of this. You need to use heavy cream. Okay? Now, the only option, I give you an option. If you have any issue with cream, and most people have trouble with milk because of the lactose. Cream has very little lactose. So most people do very well with cream and heavy cream. 4 ounces. Okay? 4 ounces. More if you want. Oh, doc, that's full of fat. That's the point. It's got no carbs. Heavy cream, 4 ounces. And now you make that shake by using heavy cream. You make the shake like a McDonald's. Your kids won't know the difference. Okay? Now, here's where you can put a few berries in. Okay? You can put a couple of candies in there. God's candies. Okay? I like strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. In another week or so, we're going to have blueberries in Northern Ontario, the best in the world. The highest antioxidant levels in the world are found right here in Northern Ontario in our blueberries. That's why we got so many bears. Okay? They hang around. Because we got blueberries, and they're coming out in about another week or so here, okay? I think they're starting to come out, but it's another week, and then we're into our full season here, okay? So you can use a few berries. That's optional. But you know what? If you're giving it to kids, but you make sure you use 4 ounces of that heavy cream. You got it? Because that's the key. That's the key. Now, I like protein powder. I do. And the best protein powder in the world is bone broth protein powder. Why? It's full of collagen. It's got L-glutamine and all your amino acids. It's got all your minerals. Bone broth has everything in it. Everything. Some people like whey protein. Some people don't do well with whey. You know what whey is? It's a byproduct of dairy. It's good for you if you can take it. Some people have trouble with whey. I don't like vegetable protein. I don't like pea protein. I don't like rice protein. I don't. It's not the best. Now, if you want to use it, go for it, but that's not my choice. My choice is bone broth, because people get along with bone broth. It don't bother people's gut. As a matter of fact, it helps regenerate your gut. So put some bone broth so you get lots of collagen, the best protein in the world. Okay? So, ladies, if you want, you can put some flax seeds in it. You don't have to grind flax seeds, by the way, okay? You know, you hear, oh, Dr. Martin, you better grind them. Why? Your stomach will grind them. What do you think your stomach is? It's a grinder. It's a furnace. Don't worry about grinding. I better grind up. Somebody put that on I remember it's 30 years ago. First time I ever heard flaxseed has to be grounded. I said, why does it have to be grounded? Your body's smarter than you are, and it's smarter than any machine that you can go buy. You don't have to grind it. Your stomach will grind it. Okay, so you can use some flax seeds. A couple of tablespoons of flaxseed. You know why it's good for you? I like flaxseed because they have lignans. 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 You know what lignans do, ladies? And even for you make it, ladies. Make a smoothie for your hubby. He's useless. Okay, you make it. You can put some flaxseed because it's good against breast cancer, and it's good against lignans block estrogen dominance. And that's why it's so good for your prostate, men, and ladies, for your breast tissue, to block breast cancer, that extra estrogen that's hanging around your boobs. Get rid of that. Flaxseed helps. Okay? You can use hemp seeds, not quite as good. Hemp seeds, but don't smoke it. That's marijuana. Okay? You can have it in your smoothie if you want. Okay, so you got it? Then you blend it. It's simple. Now, one of the things, like I said, if cream bothers you, then you can use coconut milk. I don't like almond milk, okay? I don't like almond milk. It's too sweet. Even unsweetened almond milk is too sweet. I don't like it. Coconut, get the cans. They're the best of the coconut milk. Okay? If you want to use coconut, go for it. I got no problem with that. Okay? But cream is dairy because I love CLA, see? CLA is a fatty acid coming out of dairy. It's a great weight loss product, by the way. I love cream. And you blend that up, guys. For your kids, if you want to put, a little touch of maple syrup, you can put a quarter of a teaspoon of maple syrup. If they're a little fussy on a little bit sweeter or unpasteurized honey, maple syrup is okay, but a little bit, just a little bit. Blend that up, and now you got a Dr. Martin's perfect smoothie. There you go. And you know what's good? Just to give you a little tip, you know a good way to take a probiotic for kids? Open up the capsule and put it in the smoothie and blend it. Now they get probiotics, and you don't even have to tell them. Okay, so did you like that song by the McGuire sisters? Sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar at dinner time. Did you like that? Okay, guys, you're so patient with me. I love you for it. Okay, tomorrow, question and answer. Okay, tomorrow's question and answer Friday. So send in your question. We got some questions already. We'll have some fun tomorrow with those questions, okay? Share this with your friends and family. We appreciate that. And we love you guys. Don't be shy. Ask your questions, okay? We're here for you, okay? Now, if you would like to hire me to sing at one of your events, don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Okay, guys, you're great. I appreciate your patience. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.